Good Thursday morning, everybody. Are you tired of the rain yet? Because I'm kind of getting there. I definitely am. It is soggy. Once again this morning, it's 7 o'clock, actually 7:10, and we are already seeing a pretty active radar this morning. Lots of scattered downpours across the region, not only here locally, but all the way to College Station to parts of Louisiana, all the way into New Iberia. That deeper moisture continues to push into our region, and so we already have an active morning. But it's going to continue this throughout the morning into the afternoon, and we're going to keep this same forecast on really now all the way until at least Sunday. You can see you've got that blob over there just west of Florida. That's what's bringing some showers and thunderstorms into the southern and I would say really the western portions of Florida later today. But this is what continues to bring the moisture along the Gulf Coast states. Thanks to our sponsor of HB Neal Construction for the Thursday morning show and Tamco Hail Guard Beyond Class 4 showing what's going on the radar. If you look at the satellite, no tropical development out of this blob right there where you can see that weak frontal boundary is. This is what continues to bring all of the moisture along the Gulf Coast. We're not expecting any development out of it, but it doesn't really matter because it's still going to continue to bring these tropical-like downpours today and all the way through the weekend. Some of the heaviest is probably going to be Friday, Saturday, and even on Sunday. We got more deep tropical moisture moving into the region. Thanks again to our sponsor of Tamco Hail Guard Beyond Class 4 showing us what's going on the tropical satellite this morning. Temperatures this morning, you can see there's no 60s at all. You got really low 70s the north of the I-10 corridor, along I-10s into the mid-70s, and down towards the coast you were into the upper 70s. Thanks to our sponsor of Neutron Electrical Services showing us what's going on the current temperature department this morning. For our outdoor and construction forecast, sponsored by Modern Concrete Material, it's another iffy day because we've got the showers right now. These are pretty heavy, actually, showers. The tropical downpours is what we call them. They might not look impressive on radar, but if you're underneath them, it literally rains cats and dogs. Why do we say it rains cats and dogs? But whatever. They are pretty heavy at times, and as we get into the afternoon with the heat of the day and the moisture that we have, we can have, again, a chance for frequent lightning and possibly some isolated locally heavy rainfall. This will pick up later this afternoon. By the late evening time hours, this will start kind of dying down, but I still expect we'll see some isolated rain still later on tonight. But thanks for a sponsor of Modern Concrete kind of showing us what's going on. You can see this is just going to continue off and on the rest of the morning, and as we get into the afternoon, thanks for a sponsor of Switch Electric showing the Futurecast. Just a pretty active day today, at least 60% coverage. You probably could even go 70% coverage. It's a pretty active day off and on, so asking about timing, it's going to be pretty tough because it's just going to do this pretty much throughout the rest of the day and as we get through the rest of the week and into the weekend. You can see by this afternoon, we get the heat of the day. Probably we'll get more of these heavier storms, locally heavy rainfall for some of these isolated storms, and the potential for lots of lightning. So definitely keep that in mind. By tonight, you'll see majority of this kind of dying down, but you still have some isolated areas like Lake Jackson into Liberty County, and even to the Triangle, we can still see some lingering rain even into tonight. But majority of the region starts getting dry. I know you're probably tired of hearing deep tropical moisture, deeper moisture, but we're going to continue this forecast. Friday, lots of it. Saturday, it continues pushing in. Even on Sunday, and once we get into Monday, we still have a little bit moving into the region. By the time we get into Tuesday and Wednesday, it tries to dry out a little bit, kind of thins out a little bit. But what I want to show real quick, this time of year, we watch this Central America, the Southern Gulf into the Caribbean. This is the area that really kind of has a broad area of spin. It's called Central America Gyra. Depends on how you want to pronounce it, I guess you could say. But this area has a broad level spin. You can kind of see it now. This is what keeps the moisture going, not only for the Pacific, but this also continues to throw moisture into the Gulf. So even as we get into middle of next week, possibly even to next weekend, we will try to watch more moisture trying to push or pump into the Gulf, which likely will bring additional showers and thunderstorms to parts of the Gulf Coast states. That's something we will watch as we get into middle to end of next week. You can see as we get into the rainfall outlook, still have some pretty decent rain chances as we get into middle to end of next week. So we might try to dry out a little bit. Tuesday and Wednesday, coverage might drop a little bit, but you still have pretty decent rain chances that are possible middle to the end of next week, getting into not this weekend, but next weekend. So this is a wet pattern for the month of June. El Nino setting up, lots of deep moisture in the Gulf. This brings us to our rainfall outlook. You can go 40, 50, 60% chance of rain or coverage almost every single day, at least and through Sunday. Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday, we see a little bit of that moisture kind of wanting to thin out a little bit. What we will watch to see if more starts pushing into the Gulf by the time we get into Wednesday and Thursday of next week. Thanks to our sponsor of Do Good Credit Union, kind of showing us that rainfall outlook. How much rain are we talking really now and through? I don't know why that went into Tuesday. I apologize for that. But how much rain are we really kind of looking at until now? I'll do this manually now until really Sunday into Monday. I would say that widespread, about a half an inch to an inch is expected. It's these isolated areas that can get 1 to possibly 3 inches of rain. I mean, we've been seeing this kind of off and on the last couple of days. I mean, Denver's got 2 inches of rain out of a very isolated storm. So did China. So you can see this kind of off and on the next couple of days. Isolated storms can get 1 to 2 inches of rain each day. So we will see that kind of continuing all the way until we get into at least Sunday into Monday of next week. And then we'll see if more moisture continues to push into the Gulf. Afternoon high temperatures, thanks to the clouds and the rain, this is going to keep the temperatures out of the 90s, mainly going to be into the low to mid 80s, even down towards the coast. Same thing, thanks to our sponsor of Silsby Ford. Get you one. Probably are still going to see some isolated rain overnight tonight. Temperatures going to be into the upper 60s north of the I-10 and I-10 and south. You will be into the low 70s, down towards the coast into the upper 70s near the 80-degree mark. 7-day forecast for southeast Texas, it continues to be pretty wet, kind of off and on, especially today through Sunday, and we'll see how we kind of mix out some of that moisture Monday through Wednesday. It still kind of lingers into our region. We'll definitely continue to look at the forecast once we get to that 7 to 10 day mark, but right now we're pretty active, at least now through the weekend. One thing about it is all the rain is keeping the temperatures out of the mid to upper 90s. It's keeping it at least into the 80s, but we are wet and we are soggy. No drought in sight right now. Same thing for southwest Louisiana. Lots of deep moisture continues to push into our region, which keeps the rain chances alive, not only today, but through the rest of the week and through the weekend. And the next week, we're just going to have to see how much of that moisture wants to continue moving into our region. This is a wonderful time to go download the free Gulf Coast Weather Solutions app. It keeps you updated 24/7, so even if we aren't available, this app is available to keep you updated, giving you all the notifications you need when rain is moving in and out of your area, and you're able to pull out your handy-dandy radar, checking to see where the storms are. So thanks for tuning in to the Soggy Thursday morning show. Y'all have a good Thursday. Stay dry. Thanks again for tuning in. We'll have more updates throughout the day on Facebook, YouTube, and especially on our app. But have a great Thursday, and thanks again for tuning in to Gulf Coast Weather Solutions.
Gulf Coast Weather Solutions is sponsored by...
At Gulf Coast Weather Solutions, we focus on delivering reliable weather forecasts. Our new app provides reliable weather updates and alerts no matter where you are. With real-time weather alerts and warnings, you can stay informed and prepared wherever you go. Download the Gulf Coast Weather Solutions app today on the App Store and Google Play, and stay connected no matter where you are.